when we were one of the founders of the first scouting combine.
Have you ever heard of this guy? That's NFL Hall of Famer Gil Brandt. And from 1960 to 1988, he was the vice president of player personnel for the Dallas Cowboys, helping the team win 2 Super Bowls in 1972,
winner of the Vince Lombardi Trophy
in 1978.
World Championship season with their second Super Bowl victory, 27-10.
He was known as a pioneer for NFL scouting and helped develop many of the top techniques still used today. Specifically, he was one of the first scouts to see the potential in athletes from other sports for playing in the NFL. He famously recruited a pool of former college basketball stars and turned them all into successful NFL players. It's a phenomenal feat that cemented Gil Brandt's status as one of the best scouts to ever be in the business.
Gil Brandt, who was the other one that came in at the same time, his scouting helped us tremendously in the early years as we developed as a football team.
But with this success at training elite basketball players as football players, it begs the question, could you do it the other way around? And if so, how difficult would it be? And after the recent internet firestorm over Austin Rivers' comments on the Pat McAfee show,
we got to get you outside of that football lane, man. Where the guaranteed contracts are, where the best athletes in the world are, that's us. I could take 30 players right now in the NBA and throw them in the NFL. You cannot take 30 NFL players and put them in the NBA.
The debate of which sport takes the most skills come into question. Can you really train 30 NBA players to be NFL players, but can't train 30 NFL guys to play in the NBA? Or are we just fooling ourselves? Because when it comes down to it, an elite athlete is still, well, elite. Basketball or football? Which sport really takes the most skill? To get an informed opinion on this polarizing topic, we'll cover 3 areas that embody the attributes needed to succeed in the NFL or NBA. The physical requirements, skill-specific comparisons, and then the mental and strategic aspects for both sides. Although not a skill per se, no matter the sport, most elite athletes have a physical profile that gives them an edge over other competitors in their sport. Michael Phelps leveraged his long torso and flipper-sized feet to break record after record, and the same's true for basketball and football. So let's look at the tail of the tape. Searching for the data, we found multiple sources who did the hard work of coming up with viable numbers in each category. And when comparing the physical attributes of NFL and NBA players, the differences are striking. The average NFL player stands around 6 feet 2 inches tall and weighs about 245 pounds. And the average NBA player towers at approximately 6 feet 5 inches tall, with a leaner build, weighing around 215 pounds. To put this in perspective, the average American male is 5'9" and 200 pounds, and most likely 200 pounds of dad bod, not muscle. Most of us look tiny compared to these athletes, but for NFL and NBA players, these differences in height and weight are not just about appearance. They reflect the unique demands of each sport, and more importantly, each position also has physical factors as well. NFL positions like linemen, often the heaviest players on the field, require immense bulk and strength to overpower opponents.
Can an offensive lineman even figure out where a cornerback is going to go when he knocks Eli Apple?
NFL offensive linemen average at 6 feet 4 inches and weigh just over 314 pounds. And positions like wide receiver demand speed and agility to outrun defenders. They come in at just over 6 feet, weighing only 200 pounds. In contrast, NBA players, regardless of position, benefit from their height and a lean, athletic build. Guards need quickness and agility to navigate through defenses. They average in at 6 feet and 2.5 inches, while centers dominate the paint with their height and vertical jumping ability, averaging a whopping 6 foot 11 inches. But that's just anatomy. What about their physical abilities? Let's look at some stats from each side's respective combines. At the NFL Combine, athletes undergo a series of tests to measure their physical prowess. The 40-yard dash, vertical jump, and bench press are just a few examples. So let's look at some stats that can showcase what you need to succeed in the NFL. Wide receivers average a 4.48-second 40-yard dash and a 36-inch vertical jump, demonstrating their explosive power and speed. Whereas offensive linemen shine by showcasing their power in the bench press category, pressing 225 pounds for 10 reps more on average than wide receivers. Regardless, you can see from these numbers that you'll need some bulk mass to make it in the NFL. Similarly, the NBA Combine assesses players through lane agility drills, three-quarter court sprints, and max vertical leaps. Guards typically excel in agility tests, showcasing their quick footwork and reflexes, averaging 10.6 seconds to complete the lane agility drill, a little over a second faster than the average for centers. And they have a max vertical leap of about 40 inches, which is 5 inches more than centers averaged. These metrics provide a glimpse into the physical attributes required to excel in each sport. NFL players often exhibit greater overall bulk and upper body strength, essential for the physical confrontations on the field. NBA players, however, showcase superior agility and vertical explosiveness, vital for the fast-paced, dynamic nature of basketball. Whether it's a football player leaping to make a crucial interception or a basketball player soaring for a slam dunk, these athletes demonstrate the incredible physical demands of their respective sports. The unique blend of size, speed, strength, and agility is what sets them apart and defines their elite athlete status. Let's start by comparing the skill of catching a football to shooting a basketball. Both tasks might seem straightforward, but they require different sets of skills and tremendous precision. Catching a football involves exceptional hand-eye coordination, quick reflexes, and the ability to judge the ball's trajectory. Receivers often need to catch the ball while running at high speeds, contending with defenders trying to intercept or block the pass. The unpredictability of a football spiral adds an additional layer of difficulty, requiring receivers to maintain focus and control. Consider the average NFL wide receiver, who's expected to catch a pass while running at full speed, and sometimes in less than ideal weather conditions. The average completion rate for a pass in the NFL is around 64%, indicating just how challenging it is to successfully catch a football under game conditions. Would someone like Derrick Rose be able to catch a 40-yard pass under those conditions? He's 6'3", 200 pounds, and his agility, speed, and quickness could translate well to the football field. On the other hand, shooting a basketball requires a high degree of muscle memory, consistent technique, and the ability to perform under pressure. Players must account for distance, defensive pressure, and the need for a quick release. The precision required to consistently make shots is evidenced by the fact that the league average for field goal percentage in the NBA was 54.7% this season, and that's an all-time high. Shooting, especially from long distances like three-pointers, demands incredible accuracy and practice. The best shooters in the NBA, like Stephen Curry, have shooting percentages of over 40% from beyond the arc, showcasing their elite skill level. But could someone like Tyreek Hill be able to hit a pull-up three on a fast break with 3 defenders? While he may not have the height typically associated with NBA players, Hill's incredible focus, speed, and ability to perform under pressure might make him a surprisingly effective shooter. Throwing a football involves a combination of arm strength, accuracy, and the ability to read the field. Quarterbacks must deliver the ball precisely to their receivers while often facing intense defensive pressure. The mechanics of a perfect throw include grip, stance, release, and follow-through, all executed in a matter of seconds. Imagine someone like LeBron James as a quarterback. With his size, strength, ball handling ability, and vision on the court, it's easy to see how he could potentially excel in reading defenses and making accurate throws. His leadership and decision-making skills in basketball might translate well to leading an offense on the football field. Top NFL quarterbacks can throw a football over 60 yards with pinpoint accuracy. Dribbling a basketball, by contrast, is all about control and agility. Players need to maintain their dribble while navigating through defenders, making quick decisions, and setting up plays. The ability to change direction swiftly and protect the ball from steals is crucial. Elite point guards in the NBA, like Kyrie Irving, exhibit extraordinary dribbling skills, allowing them to maneuver through defenses and create scoring opportunities. The average NBA player commits about 2 turnovers per game, which underscores the difficulty of maintaining control under pressure. Think about Russell Wilson dribbling a basketball. Known for his agility and quick decision-making on the football field, Wilson's ability to evade defenders and maintain control of the football could translate into effective dribbling and playmaking in basketball. His ability to read plays quickly could make him a dynamic point guard. Regardless, both sports demand unique and highly specialized skills. Catching and throwing a football requires acute hand-eye coordination and precision, and shooting and dribbling a basketball demands consistent technique and exceptional control. Each skill set is challenging in its own right, reflecting the diverse athletic abilities required to excel in football and basketball. But these two games are more than physical skills. There's a huge mental aspect as well. Mental preparation and strategic thinking are equally crucial. So let's look at how football and basketball players use their minds and strategies to excel in their respective sports. Football's a game deeply rooted in strategy and mental preparation. Coaches and players spend countless hours studying playbooks, watching game film, and devising game plans. Each position has unique mental demands, from a quarterback reading defenses to a linebacker anticipating plays. Quarterbacks, in particular, must excel in mental acuity. They need to recognize defensive formations, make split-second decisions, and adjust plays at the line of scrimmage. This requires not only a deep understanding of the game, but also the ability to remain calm under pressure. Defensive players, on the other hand, need to anticipate the offense's moves, react quickly, and execute their assignments with precision. The mental toughness required to read the offense and disrupt their plays is immense. And by disrupt, I mean smash into another person at top speed with little regard for their well-being. This aspect is what sparked the whole debate to begin with. The catalyst for Austin Rivers' 30 players comment was this jab from Pat McAfee.
Nobody wants to be called fragile.
Nobody.
That is the last thing you want to be called as an athlete, no matter how soft your sport is. Like basketball, and I'm a punter. So.
And statements during the debates from NFL players also honed in on this common belief.
Y'all thinking about hitting the NBA players. Like, no. Yes, that's football.
Austin Rivers, I love you. We can't play football.
But Cam Newton best summed the debate.
Basketball judges football players on their skill to score. Football judges their basketball on their ability to have the bravado to endure the toughness.
After you get hit,
man,
can you get back up?
They're going to be wearing them head cushions for sure.
But is it true? Let's break down mental toughness in each sport. Football players endure physically punishing conditions, requiring immense mental resilience to push through pain and fatigue. The ability to recover quickly from setbacks, maintain focus amid chaos, and perform under pressure are hallmarks of a mentally tough football player. Basketball players face the pressure of constant action and need to make rapid decisions. Mental toughness in basketball involves staying focused during high-pressure situations, such as taking a game-winning shot or defending against a critical play. The mental stamina to remain calm and execute flawlessly in clutch moments is essential for success on the court. On top of toughness, basketball also demands high mental acuity, often referred to as basketball IQ. This encompasses a player's understanding of the game, including court vision, decision-making, and situational awareness. Point guards, for example, are often seen as the floor generals. They orchestrate the offense, recognize defensive schemes, and create scoring opportunities for their teammates. This role requires excellent vision, quick thinking, and leadership. And defensively, players need to understand their assignments, anticipate their opponent's moves, and execute team strategies like switching on screens or playing zone defense. This requires excellent communication and an intuitive understanding of the game. Both football and basketball players engage in rigorous mental preparation. This includes studying opponents, visualizing plays, and developing mental resilience to handle high-pressure situations. Mental focus and discipline are crucial. Whether it's a football player staying composed in the final minutes of a close game, or a basketball player taking a critical free throw to seal the game. The ability to maintain concentration and execute under pressure is what sets elite athletes apart. And these sports require not only exceptional athletic skills, but also sharp minds and strategic acumen. With the physical and mental data presented, let's shift back to our question. Which sport takes more skill, football or basketball? Let's look at some expert discussions that resulted from that original statement on the Pat McAfee show regarding 30 NFL players versus 30 NBA players. In his discussion with Kendrick Perkins, Shannon Sharpe acknowledged that basketball players are more skilled, stating,
I will concede this. Basketball players are more skilled. Shooting a basketball is a skill set, and basketball players are more skilled. I will concede that. But you see, the difference between football and basketball is a mentality. We go out there every Sunday and we try to move a man against his will. We ain't trying to run around people. We're trying to run through people.
And later in the conversation, Stephen A. Smith jumped in adding,
to act like you can just get dudes in the NBA because of this skill level to walk onto a football field and absorb that kind of volatility, that's where it gets a bit interesting.
But there were contrasting thoughts on the DJ and PK show. Patrick Kinahan leaned towards the thought that NFL players couldn't make it in the NBA, stating,
"You cannot take 30 NFL players and put them in the NBA."
I agree. These guys are such high-level athletes, and then they have sharpened their skills to such a level.
Yeah, but if they did sharpen their skills, could they be NBA players?
That's possible. That I buy. That some of the talents overlap, and I think that if you had the time to polish those skills, maybe you could get there. But I could take 30 guys and throw them into the NBA. Well, you better throw them straight to the end of the bench because no coach wants to lose with them.
And former NFL safety Ryan Clark responded to the Austin Rivers question, stating,
"Are there some people there who are probably skilled enough?" Yes, they are. But you mean to tell me you got to pick a Russell. You got to pick a healthy Derrick Rose. Because if you give me anybody, maybe Anthony Edwards, you give me anybody 6'6" or taller and slim, I'm going to split him in half so many times.
Expert opinion is fun to listen to. And after all, it's informed by years of experience either playing and/or observing the game. But it doesn't have the same standard as scientific study. Fortunately, the scientific community has some more data to help you shape your opinion. Several studies have compared the athletic and cognitive demands of football and basketball. Research has shown that football players often excel in explosive strength and power, while basketball players typically demonstrate superior agility and endurance. Both sports require a blend of physical and mental skills, but they prioritize different aspects based on the nature of the game. To add some final ammunition for your NBA versus NFL skills debate, let's look at real-world examples of athletes who have transitioned between football and basketball. These athletes showcase the diverse skill sets required for each sport. Aside from Gil Brandt's recruits, you can also consider these 3 NFL stars. Antonio Gates is one of the most notable examples.
And it is a touchdown by Antonio Gates!
Before becoming a Hall of Fame tight end for the San Diego Chargers, Gates played college basketball at Kent State University. Despite not playing college football, his athleticism and skills on the basketball court translated exceptionally well to the NFL, where he became one of the top tight ends in league history. Julius Peppers had a successful NFL career as a defensive end, but he was also a standout basketball player at the University of North Carolina. Peppers played on the Tar Heels basketball team while also excelling in football, demonstrating his versatility and athletic prowess.
Julius Peppers arrived on the scene.
Jimmy Graham, a tight end known for his time with the New Orleans Saints and Seattle Seahawks, played college basketball at the University of Miami.
Big follow inside by Graham.
His height, leaping ability, and physicality from basketball made him a formidable football player, particularly in the red zone.
And Graham makes the catch. Touchdown!
Nate Robinson, a former NBA guard known for his incredible athleticism and slam dunk contests,
Kicks it out, Robinson. Robinson, the three-pointer. And good! At the buzzer! Nate Robinson wins it for the Knicks in overtime!
played college football at the University of Washington. Robinson was a talented cornerback, but he ultimately chose to pursue a career in basketball, where his agility and leaping ability shone. While LeBron James did not play college football, he was an all-state wide receiver in high school. His size, speed, and coordination on the football field hinted at his future success in basketball. Many have speculated that he could have been an NFL star had he chosen that path. Charlie Ward won the Heisman Trophy as a quarterback for Florida State University and later played in the NBA. Despite his success in college football, Ward chose to pursue basketball, where he had a solid career as a point guard with the New York Knicks.
Charlie Ward over Mourning's attempted block.
As we've explored, both football and basketball require an incredible array of physical and mental skills. And given our research, we can definitively say it wouldn't be likely for an offensive lineman to play forward in the NBA or an NBA center to play linebacker in the NFL. The physical demands and skill sets for these positions are highly specialized and vastly differ. However, what about that sweet spot where the two totally different sports collide? Could a 6'3" point guard excel as a wide receiver? Or could a 6'5" tight end dominate as a power forward? This is where the real debate lies, and it probably will never have a definitive answer. But what remains clear is that elite athletes in both sports possess a unique combination of skills that set them apart in their respective fields. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Which sport do you believe requires more skill? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Stay tuned for more in-depth analyses and fascinating discussions about the world of sports.